Welcome back to your video on one-step equations. Miss Fallstick is still on planet X, and I think we need to rescue her by solving more equations. In this video, we're going to talk about subtraction equations. Is anyone else in the room? Can I talk in my normal voice? Even if you said no, I'm still going to do it anyway. Okay, so let's look at some equations that our variable will be subtracted by some number. In the last video, we talked about inverse operations of addition equations. Now we're going to look at some examples of subtraction equations. In this example, p is our variable, meaning it's our unknown. Minus 7 is what we're doing to the unknown in order to balance it with 15. The inverse operation of minus 7 is addition. If I add 7 to both sides, I'm left with p, because I'm adding to the 7 to get rid of it, is equal to 15 plus 7, which is 22. If I go back and plug in 22 for p, (22) minus 7 gives me 15, and I'm left with 15 on this side. So therefore, I have balanced the equation. Let's look at this example here. Our variable is y, and we're subtracting 9 from y. The inverse operation of subtracting 9 would be to add 9 to both sides of our equation. So then I'm left with y is equal to 22 plus 9 gives me 31. So that means if I were to plug in 31 for y, 31 minus 9 gives me 22. Now on this example, our variable, or our unknown, is on the other side of the equal sign. But our concept still stays the same. Because I'm subtracting 13 from both sides, I'm going to add 13 to find my unknown. So I'm left with a is equal to 30 plus 13, which is 43. Or I can look at it as 30 is equal to 43 for a minus 13. Okay, I want you to take out your graphic organizer and let's do some examples on here. In my first example, x minus 6 has to balance with 15. X is my variable, minus 6 is my term. So the inverse operation of minus 6 would be adding 6 to both sides, So I'm left with x is equal to 15 plus 6 is 21. On this one, here are variables on the other side of the balance beam. And we're subtracting 10. So the inverse of subtracting 10 would be to add 10 to both sides of the equation. So I'm going to plus 10 plus 10. So I'm left with x equals 22 plus 10 is 32. Now let's look at our concrete examples of how you might see it in an algebraic problem. R is my variable. Minus 8 is equal to 25. So what number minus 8 equals 25? So the inverse operation of subtracting 8 would be to add 8 to both sides. So 25 plus 8 will get me R. So I'm going to add 8. So I'm left with R is equal to 25 plus 8 is 33. Okay, on this example, my variable is on the other side. So some number minus 9 is equal to 23. And in order to find that number, I'm going to add 9 to both sides. So 23 plus 9 will get me B. (23) plus 9 is 32, which is equal to B. All right, in these two blank spots, I want you to come up with your own one-step equation that involves subtraction. And we'll use those examples for class tomorrow. All right, have a good night. We are that much closer to rescuing Miss Fallstick from Planet X.